Located in Corvallis is the College Hill West Historic District, a great neighborhood near OSU, shopping, and much more. If you have interest in the Corvallis area and want to live in a part of town with historic homes, then this may be the area for you. Hey, I'm Tyler Thomas with ESP Realty. I'm a local realtor here in the area. Today I'm going to do a little driving tour of College Hill to show you what this area looks like. The College Hill West Historic District was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2002. The district contains over 250 historic homes built on conventional city lots in what is a relatively small area. The district is more of a community of more middle-class style homes instead of a collection of a few very large grand homes. A building boom occurred in 1920 when 20 homes were built. The area's school, College Hill School, was built in 1923 and you will see it in the drive. The 20s then saw the Great Depression, so there wasn't much building happening. Federal recovery money then started another housing boom in the 1930s when a large amount of homes were being made, and it continued until World War II. Something to think about for this specific neighborhood is that the same people who built the Oregon State College, now OSU, developed the neighborhood. People that lived here were different professors, admins, secretaries, and also employees and students. College Hill is one of the most expensive places in Corvallis, as it's close to the college, in a great location, and because of its general historic significance. At the time of me making this video, the median home price for this neighborhood is around $650,000. Now, there's ones that are a bit less than this, and as well as ones that are more expensive. This is just overall what the median price is. There's shopping nearby. It's an easy area to walk, bike, run. They also have multiple parks not too far away, and there's multiple roads that can get you to different parts of Corvallis nearby. If you have any kind of questions about other areas in Corvallis with some more older homes, I'd be glad to discuss this with you. Let's go ahead and start the tour. This is the main road in this area, and you'll most likely be using this road to get around. As you'll see, most homes around here are fairly old. There are a ton of trees, and it's really beautiful during fall and other seasons. Right up here is Southwest 35th Street. This is the westernmost area of OSU, and where for the most part is where the West Corvallis area starts. If you're turning right onto 36th Street, going straight would have taken you towards Walnut Boulevard and the fairgrounds. Right here in the corner is the E. Smith House. It's built circa 1935 and is of the colonial style. Here on the right is one of my personal favorite houses, and it is the Casa Music House. It was built in 1927 and is one of the Tudor style homes in the area. So this is one of the bigger roads in the more western area of Corvallis, and it will connect you to Grant Avenue. Here we're turning right on Polk Avenue. It is the northernmost street for the College Hill neighborhood. If you look at the top of the street sign, you'll see a little arch attachment, and that is the symbol for the neighborhood. So when you're in the area, that's how you're going to know if you're still in the College Hill neighborhood. Continuing straight would take you to the College Hill School. We're going to go ahead and turn right here onto 34th Street. With the general flow of the neighborhood, the ease it has to walk and bike, as well as the scenery of the trees, make it a wonderful neighborhood, and definitely one of my favorite in town to just go take a look at the older classic styles. Right here on the left on the corner, this white house is the C. Mitchell House, built circa 1925, and it is of the style of Tudor. I've always really liked the landscaping of this area, and I just gotta toss it out there. There's a home up here on the left that has wisteria along the front of it, and I've always thought it just looks amazing. So now we're going right onto 33rd Street. We're going left onto Van Buren Avenue. Now we're going to turn right onto 32nd Street. right here is Jackson Avenue. Going left would keep you in the College Hill area. This next block isn't a part of the neighborhood, but it'll help with the tour. So what we're going to do is go down to Johnson Avenue and loop around. This will also show you a little bit of what is right nearby. So now we're turning left here on Johnson. Right now we are again in the College Hill neighborhood and on the southernmost area. In this area there's a little less of the larger trees that we saw earlier, so it's a little bit more open, a little more sunlight. There has been more trees and things planted in this area, so there'll be more growth for the future. Right up here is 30th Street. It's a larger street that goes down to OSU and takes people to connect them to Harrison Boulevard. So now we're going to go ahead and take it left. Here on the left, behind this big tree, is the J.A. Gilkey House, built in 1923, and it has the style of the bungalow home. I really like how a lot of these homes are well landscaped with a lot of flowers and things. I always think that the adds to the overall look of the older homes in this neighborhood has that in spades. Now we're going to take a left onto Jackson Avenue. Here in the corner here on the right is the KC Reitsma House. It is one of my favorites as an overall look of a home. It is a 1920 home and it has the bungalow style. Reitsma was a contractor who actually built many of the homes on 31st Street. Now you'll notice with some of these areas you'll see a 2-hour parking sign. Being close to OSU, people will park for class and things, so it's to be expected that there may be some traffic and people parking in these areas. But I haven't really ever heard of it being a big problem if you know that it can happen. Up here we're coming to Harrison Boulevard once again. Across the street here on the left you can see what is the College Hill School, which is an alternative style high school. The oldest part of the school was built in 1923, so that is what you can see from the road. We're going to cross the street to look at this more northern section of College Hill. Getting across Harrison at certain times can take a little bit of time with different cars, people walking, and bikes, as you'll see here. Up here we'll be turning right onto what I would consider to be one of the better streets in Corvallis for obvious reasons, Tower Avenue. The surrounding area of this part is quite different than the other parts of this neighborhood. There's a lot more of the student housing and apartments. We're now turning onto 30th Street. This red home up here to the right on the corner is the A. Brooks House, built in 1925 with the colonial style. We are now going left onto Van Buren Avenue. Here we're heading right onto 29th Street. This is an example of a street in the area where only one side of the street is allowed for parking. We've seen that a little bit, so I just wanted to bring it up right here. It kind of helps slow things down, helps with overall congestion in the areas. I really like this section right here, as just about every house is white, and with these large trees, everything just looks really well manicured. Makes this area just look really nice. We're going left onto Johnson Avenue. Now we're going to go left onto 28th Street. We are now near the end of what is the College Hill neighborhood. This little area here is where there's a lot of separate streets coming together. To the right is Arnold Way, and the homes right along this are also part of the neighborhood. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tour of the College Hill West Historic District in Corvallis. If you have any kind of questions about this district, what's nearby, and what it's like living in Corvallis, feel free to message me. I'd be glad to help however I can. My information is in the description below, so you can go ahead and give me a text, call, or email me. This is a really great neighborhood with many great historic homes, and is overall a very popular spot for people to move to the area. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for all things real estate in Corvallis and the surrounding areas. Again, I'm Tyler Thomas at E3 Realty, and I'm glad to be your local resource for all real estate needs.